This is the inside of the Madison Spring Hut. Looking at the morning coming up. It's about 5 o'clock. Looks like it's going to be another nice morning. Alright, it's Sunday, June 14th, day 142. Gonna make my way to Garter Notch Hut today by the AT reroute. So, we'll see everybody later. It's pretty early yet. There's the top of Mount Washington, which I was on yesterday morning. This morning, I started at Madison Springs Hut, and I'm climbing up Mount Madison, going up the sun. It is again Sunday, June 14th, day 142, heading down to Osgood Tent Site, then taking the reroute over to Garter Notch Hut. So see everybody down the trail. Also up from Mount Madison Hut, our Madison Springs Hut, is Mount Adams, but yeah, not gone up there. And we have the valley down below. Alright, see you down the trail. Still make my way up Mount Madison. It's straight up here. Kind of hard to capture with the light this morning, but we'll get done soon. See you down the trail. Coming along the side of the mountain a little bit here. Again, there's Mount Adams, Mount Washington, Yellow Road, the Wildcats. Alright, I'm at the top of Mount Madison, 3293 feet in elevation. You know, I'm hiking AT and not Mount Madison. I'm forced to once in a while. You probably can't hear me now, but getting like 40-mile-an-hour gusts. It's enough this morning. I'm glad I'm going up and over this in the morning. It's supposed to pick up to 60 to 80 tonight, so do not want to be up at a high elevation. Here we're looking this way. I'm going to get down from here because it's windy. See you down the trail. I think we're going to get flyover. Oh, there it is. Oh, I can't get it. Too slow. Let's try to get it this way. No? I don't know. Maybe. Anyway. This is my path down today. Down this way. Over there. Down that ridge. Until I drop down below that. So, I got a long trek down this ridge line today. So let's get to it. See down the trail. This is where I came from. Up there, coming down here, and then I'm gonna go down here, out there, up over that, and then down. Oh, I had to take my mid layer off. It's getting warm. All right, see everybody down the trail. Alright, that's where I'm going. Down that ridge line. Looks like I get to tree line sometime soon. This wind is, I don't know, 40 to 60, gusting at least to 60. I'll be so happy to get below tree line. Alright, see you down the trail. This is just a rock field. I have to make my way down. Whew, this is going to take a while. Alright, see you down the trail. That's awesome. This is the rock slab. I don't know how long it took me, but wow, that was slow. My knee's a little sore from yesterday, and it was just slow, and that wind's oppressive. All right, see you down the trail. There's the top of Mount Madison that I'm coming down from. But here's some last look at patches of snow. And then that goes up to Garfield. To Washington. Cool, cool, cool. Wildcats. Ski runs. I'm going down this way. I'm almost in tree line. Yay! Get out of this wind, then the bugs will probably be bad, but oh well. I'll be out of that wind anyway. So, see you down the trail. This is the West Peabody River. This is the river that the bridge is out over. That there's an official AT reroute. I'm on the AT reroute. And if you can see the volume of water going down that river, I would not try and ford that river. So so I am glad I took the reroute. And then down the valley here, it's a lot higher than what it was up at, elevation, but I'm almost to Route 16, I think it is. And I've got to walk down half mile to 19 Mile Brook Trailhead and walk up to the hut. So I'll see if I film much of anything else today. I'll film when I get to the hut, but just been cruising through the woods. It's been, the typical woodsy, cruisy trail. So nice to stretch the legs out. Rock hopping Washington to Madison Hut yesterday, and then up over and down Madison today. It intenses all your muscles on your legs, and my knees aren't, I'm old. They're not the best anyway, so it feels good just to stretch the legs out and do some walking. So I'll show you when I get to the hut, or if there's anything interesting in between. All right, see you down the trail. And the detour, this is a bridge that is open over the West Peabody River. And it's not unlike the bridge that's upstream. It's a suspension bridge. So I don't know what was structurally wrong with the one that is closed, and how exact similar to this it might be. But so this is upstream. Let me see if I'm zoomed in. So this is upstream on the West Peabody River. I mean, there are places here where you could rock hop. Obviously, it's very wide down this part of the valley, but upstream it's very much narrower and more, just like this here. And I'm sorry, but that water is just rushing too fast. Try and get over. I'm hiking. Maybe that gives you a better example. If I was younger, maybe I would do it. But nah, I'm glad I took the detour. Alright, I'm almost out to Route 16, and I've got to walk over to 19 Mile Brook Trailhead and head up to the hut. So I'll see you down the trail. This is a sign at 19 Mile Brook Trail. See the Carter Notch Hut's 3.8, and that's a map of the reroute. So I'm at Route 16, going to the hut. Alright, see you down the trail. Here's a view of the 19 Mile Brook. Look at the pretty nice little brook. Jump in that hole right there. That would feel good right now. I got like 3.8 miles to the hut. So get on the trail. Little lake or pond by Carter Notch Hut. I'm getting close. But let's see how much farther it is. Alright, I'll show you when I get there. I'm coming up on the Carter Notch Hut. Here we go. Very cool. Alright, let's go in. This is the upper bunkhouse. I'm in room number 5. So here it is. My place for the night. Alright. I'll do some wrap up stats for today, but let me get my bunk picked out and situated. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, this is a wrap up for day 142, Sunday, June 14th. Did 9.5 miles from Madison Spring Hut into Carter Notch Hut via the AT reroute. The Gulf Wilderness Bridge is out over the West Peabody River. The river looks pretty substantial. I was not going to try and rock hop it or go across closed bridge, so I did the reroute. Came up 19 Mile Brook Trail to Carter Notch Hut. It was 9.5 miles, took me 7.5 hours. So, boy, going up and then down Madison was rough. Rock stepping again after all day, doing that most of the day yesterday from Mount Washington into Madison Spring Hut. So my legs were pretty tired, tense. Muscles were, they were tense. But once I got to stepping a little bit on the 19 Mile Brook Trail, they recovered and they feel much better now. So I've got 15 miles into Route 2 into Gorham tomorrow. Maybe I'll try and do it. I have planned to stop at the Imp campsite, which is like halfway, and then go into Gorham on the next day. So we'll see. But that's a wrap for today. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you down the trail.